All right, I am super excited to bring a Raleigh Young Professionals member spotlight right here. We are talking with Bree Smith. Bree, how are you?
I'm good, Chuck. Thanks for having me on this.
Yes, I'm super excited. I wanted people to get to know you. So tell me a little bit about who you are and what do you do?
This might not be popular, but I am a proud Boston sports fan.
Uh,
I moved down with my wife last summer, and so I've been down in Raleigh for a year. My whole family moved down to this area a couple of years ago, and I decided to chase them down here because I'm a family person. I wanted to watch my nieces and nephews grow up, and I think that Raleigh is a really great area just to be and explore, and I fell in love with it.
okay, I love that and parts of that. I don't love all the custom stuff, but that's fine. So you're down here now. What are you doing for work?
So I am a certified financial planner. Um, Basically, the boring side of that is I do comprehensive financial planning. We do investment management and risk management, so life insurance, disability. But basically, I just really am passionate about helping people. I've always, coached basketball, or I have a psychology background. So finance was where I found that I could be most useful and really just be helpful to regular everyday people and help everyone in their families.
Okay, well, I love that answer. So you're in the Raleigh Young Professionals group. Tell me a little about who you're looking to connect with. Let's see if we can help you out. Who's a good referral for you or maybe an ideal client?
Yeah, so I mean, I've always joked around that I want to work with badass disruptors.
I like that. I
and
like that a
what
lot.
Yeah, and what that means is, it could be intimidating and people could be like, that's not me. It could be a motivated entrepreneur. It could be a young female professional working in a male dominated industry. It could be a mom or a dad trying to balance, their professional aspirations and their family life.
Okay, I love that too. So talk to me about if, I'm thinking in finances and financial planning, there's probably a lot of questions or maybe fears that come up. I've got my own, I'm guessing other people have them. But what have you found are like some of the like main struggles that you feel are common in your industry when you're talking to people? And how do you help people maybe work through those?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like everyone, and I fall victim to this too, it's hard to prioritize your personal to-do list, right? You have so many goals professionally, so many responsibilities, with your family or personal life. And, that checklist that you always kind of put off it suffers. And I think a lot of people fall victim to that with their finances. Our clients are typically always too busy to handle their own finances. It's not like they don't want to be educated on it or don't want to, read all the personal finance blogs online. But it's just that they don't have the time. And that's where we can come in. We can talk to them like human beings and have no judgments and just say, what are your goals? Let's prioritize those goals. Let's make sure that you're on a straight line path versus zigzagging around because, you meant to do that a year ago, but you forgot. And, your money from your old 401k never got rolled over and you don't know how it's being managed. It's basically just helping people have a conversation, be comfortable talking about money because that is such a taboo topic.
Yeah.
A lot of times, your significant other may not know how you feel about it, may not know some of your deepest, darkest secrets about some debt that you have. But we find that ripping off the Band-Aid and coming in and taking that first step is like taking a breath for clients and being like, okay, now I know where I am. Let's figure out where I need to go and how I can get there. And that's where we come in, and I love helping people do that.
When is it too early or too late to start? Like, is that a thing? Like, I'm in my 40s now, and so I think that when I was in my 20s and 30s, I didn't really think through this as well as I maybe should have then. What do you find in your industry? When's a good time to start?
7 years old,
Yeah,
maybe.
my kids
you
almost
know, like
like,
I, Yeah, I really find like, especially right now in today's crazy world of, kids are at home more and, they might not be learning as much as you want them to be as far as their regular education curriculum, but now's a great chance to sit down and actually talk to them about what are, how do you become financially literate at such a young age and be set up for success? So obviously there are child's topics that you can come up with, but really it's just the sooner the better to get started. So many people come to us stressed out, 3 years out from retirement and say, can I do this? What do I need to do in these last few years to really set myself up for, to live the lifestyle that I want? And if I can't do that, then where do I need to cut back and where do I need to, um, pivot a little bit? When people come to us as young professionals, that is where you can really set people up for success. And you can have short-term, long-term goals that, you're not pushing off and you're saying, okay, like let's retire sooner. Let's spend more time with my family. Let's, you know, maybe you have student loans and you don't want your son or daughter to have those. And what would that look like? It's always the conversations that I have with clients that they're like, this is crazy, but you know, if I didn't want my kid to pay for college, what would I have to do today? Or I find the most powerful things that you can do for a client are things that aren't the sexy, let's invest your money. It's is your family protected? What if something terrible happened and you needed to know that at least your family could live the lifestyle, your kids could go to college, you have that peace of mind and your spouse has that peace of mind to say, we're set up for a good future no matter what. And that's, it's a hard conversation to have. A lot of people don't want to talk about, death or disability or long-term care or things like that. But those are sometimes the things that we just need to check off a box and make sure you don't have those gaps first and foremost before we can talk about, let's grow your investments. Let's make sure your risk tolerance is on point. So it really varies from client to client, but really the earlier the better. And nobody has to have like a certain status to talk to a financial planner. A lot of people push off the conversation because they say, I'm not making what I want to be making, or I don't want to talk about how much debt I have. I'm in a bad spot, or I don't have the minimum for assets under management, so I can't talk to somebody professionally. I'll just, spend my weekends Googling personal finance blogs. It's just have a conversation with somebody. And if you feel like you can get along with them as a person and that you can respect them and their knowledge and what they've put into it, then it's going to be beneficial no matter what.
Great answer. So I heard something in there that, one, I think having the conversation, and you're easy to have a conversation with. So I think that people watching and listening are going to feel the same thing, and hopefully they'll feel comfortable enough to have a conversation with you. I also heard the best time to start doing this is when you're 7. The next best time is like now. Was that, did I hear that? All right.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good. So if you're not 7, start now. Okay. But so people are listening, I've been organizing this Raleigh Young Professionals group. I love doing member spotlights and showing people, who our members are. And I know people are looking to connect with someone exactly like you. So say they are, how do they connect with you? What's the best way to go about setting up maybe a one-on-one with you or getting in touch?
Yeah, I mean, I think that LinkedIn is great to, especially, check out my profile, check out my experience, check out, the about me, see if we have anything in common. And if you want to connect, I am, so ready to shoot me a message. We can grab a coffee, we can have a quick phone conversation and just see if, it's a good fit. Because that's the number one thing is I can be your coach. I can, help you change, align your behavior with your values and things like that. And that's really where I differentiate myself is the psychology portion of personal finance. You can have all the numbers and the spreadsheets in the world, but if you don't have somebody to collaborate with and say, yeah, I'm comfortable taking that next step, let's do this, then you're just going to sit in the same spot. So reach out to me on LinkedIn. I would love to, learn about you and what you're doing, and see if we can help each other out.
You're so right. I mean, communication, rapport, trust, those things got to be there. Or especially when you're talking about a sensitive, sometimes, give people weird feelings to talk about money and things like that, right? You've got to have somebody there that you feel good about. So I love it. That's for the LinkedIn group. What about if these people are checking this out outside of LinkedIn? What's a good way? So, well, one, anybody can get on LinkedIn. So get on LinkedIn if you're not, you're missing it, and connect with Bree. But second, if someone wants to drop you an email, can you share your email address?
Yeah, absolutely. So the company that I work for is Trail Ridge Financial. So my email is just Brianna@trailridgefinancial.com. That's Brianna with one N.
One N and an I.
Yes,
Yes.
that's right.
All right. Well, I'll make sure I've got it listed in there. I appreciate you coming on and letting everybody learn about you and your business. And I had fun with the conversation. So thank you for doing it.
And I want to thank you, Chuck, because it's so easy to talk to you. And I feel like you are just such a genuine person and want to connect to people. And I really appreciate that.
Oh, well, thank you for that. That means a lot. So thanks. Well, everybody, now's your time. Hit up Bree, get connected, learn more about what she does. I'll see you soon.
Do it. Thanks.